So yeah, Caitlin Clark is going to be an all-star. And if you guys have not seen the media, what the media are doing, I'm just sitting there like, why do they think this is going to be any different? Why did they think this was going to be any different? Because most of the media who are voting for Caitlin for the All-Star team. Why?
Fans aren't just reacting, they're spiraling, and not because their team took an L, but because Caitlin Clark just strolled into the WNBA All Star Game like it had her name engraved months ago. The media practically threw her a parade, and now critics are unraveling faster than a popsicle in the Phoenix Sun. Is it skill, is it hype, or is it some wild brand of courtside sorcery? Whatever it is, strap in, because this saga's messier than a group text after a breakup. Let's dive into today's chaos.
Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes for the WNBA All Star Game. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4, sitting in the top 10 when it comes to WNBA fan voting for the All Star Game. Every chance the Indiana Fever fans, every chance Caitlin Clark fans, every time they have a chance to show up.
It's official, Caitlin Clark is a WNBA All-Star. Fire up the confetti cannons, TikTok edits, and meltdown tweets from rival fanbases pretending they're not mad while rage tweeting at 2 a.m. like their season record 14-21 came with moral superiority. Somehow earned only matters when it's their favorite in the spotlight.
So the two best players in the WNBA, at least to me, are all-star captains. That being Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, Clark, Indiana Fever superstar. Collier, star of the Lynx, who is having an MVP season. Clark has had a little bit of an up and down season for her, relatively speaking, because she's been in and out of the lineup. Collier did miss a few games with a back issue as well. And of course, Clark had the shooting slump before she went out with the latest injury. Don't know how much that was related or is related, but Clark's impact on the floor is apparent when you see her there and when you see her off, and her numbers are still awesome. Not to mention, she's by far the most popular player in the league, and this is decided by fan voting, and it makes you feel good about what the exhibition can be.
Let's not act shocked. From day one, Clark didn't just bring talent, she warped the gravity of the league. She made the court tilt toward her. Ratings exploded, arenas sold out, and her jersey disappeared like a PS5 drop. Still, we're stuck in another loop of she's overrated, usually from the same people who'd trade half their roster to get even a fraction of her spotlight.
Pretty clear. There are two key WNBA players that are on a different level than the rest of the WNBA. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's even another step up from the person that finished second. But look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Napheesa Collier in all this, because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself.
If Caitlin Clark isn't all-star material, then what even is? What's next? She has to drain logo threes blindfolded while solving world hunger on the bench. The woman is averaging 16.3 points, 6.2 assists, and 5 boards as a rookie, all while being chased like she is the final boss in a video game. If that doesn't qualify, maybe just replace the All-Star Game with a halftime Puppy Bowl.
Caitlin, when she's played, has been the best guard in the WNBA. She has. I mean this when I say this. It is it's not like she's like a stratospherically better than a Skylar Diggins, but she's been better when she's been on the floor than any other guard. Even in her slump, she had a 20 and 10 game. She had a 20 and 10 game in her slump. She set the record for most 20 and 10 games. She's the only guard with triple-double. She had a 32, 9, and 8. She nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win against the Liberty, who at that stage were undefeated.
And can we drop the media bias tantrums? ESPN isn't photoshopping her stats. Clark is just doing what once in a generation players do, breaking the rules of reality. People don't tune in because she's trendy. They tune in because the second she Crosses half court, something insane might happen. No look passes through traffic, deep threes like layups. She plays like it's a casual Tuesday. The hate isn't about skill, it's about people refusing to admit she is as good as the hype says she is.
That proves once again, nobody really started to care about the WNBA until she started playing. In 2023, in the WNBA All Star voting, they got a total of 1.17 million votes, just a year before Caitlin Clark joined the league. 2 years later, 1.29 million votes as a single player.
She could go for a triple-double, swipe 5 steals, and invent a vaccine during halftime, and haters would still say she's mid because it's not about what she does, it's about what she disrupts. She didn't wait her turn, she became the moment, the tempo, the playbook, the pressure. It all shifts when she's on the floor. This isn't some rookie sightseeing trip, this is Clark turning the league into survival mode.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? Caitlin Clark does it again. Shout out to Nafisa Collier. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier are named your all-star captains. Well deserved. Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. Nafisa Collier is playing like the best player in the league right now. My front runner for MVP, playing for a dominant Minnesota Lynx team. This is right. You guys got it right. They should be the all-star captain.
Funny how the loudest critics couldn't draw a pick and roll if their life depended on it, yet suddenly they're experts on what makes a true all-star. Truth is, if Clark hadn't made it, the outrage would have melted the internet. You can't run an all-star event without the league's biggest name. That's not basketball, it's brunch in jerseys. And if you think popularity shouldn't matter, you've forgotten why fans show up in the first place. Sports are about electricity, and without Caitlin, this game doesn't spark.
By the way, and there was no slumping Sabrina Ionescu. Like, Sabrina Ionescu had 32 or 34, and they still managed to win from Caitlin Clark. It is genuinely a, like, an unquestionable one that Caitlin Clark is being top 4 guards. And I think, it's unquestionable when she's played that it's top 4 guard. I think if you wanted to not vote her in, if 50% of the media people did not vote Caitlin Clark in as an all-star, and their logic was she hasn't played enough games, and the 4 all-stars were Alicia Gray, like, Caitlin's been better than Sabrina.
What's actually ridiculous is how much energy people spend trying to drag her down instead of realizing the obvious. Clark is doing more to elevate the WNBA than any promo or ad campaign ever could. She's not just the face, she's the future elite. Numbers, pinpoint vision, court awareness that reshapes defensive plans. If that's not an all-star, then maybe we should start voting based on zodiac signs, because logic clearly left the room.
Fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years. She's just not built for the physicality.
She's not a chapter in the WNBA story, she's the plot twist, and if you're still confused, give it time, she'll show you at the All-Star Game with a logo 3 to your favorite player's forehead. But let's get real, this isn't rec league drama, this is a billion-dollar league. With sponsors, payrolls, and empty arenas when the buzz fades. While basketball purists debate shot charts, the league is placing its most magnetic player exactly where she belongs, front and center. Clark isn't just great, she's the spark this league needed.
Game, she was number 2, which tells you exactly how freaking many votes Caitlin Clark got, because Caitlin was first. We'll get to that in a second, but here we are, right here. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier named the 2025 AT&T WNBA All Star Game team captains. Clark earns her second All Star selection, Collier her fifth. Both players are All Star captains for the first.
Look, no one's paying triple digits to watch bench players shoot air balls or study help defense formations. No offense, but nobody came. For a coaching seminar, this is the all-star game built for sizzle, not spreadsheets. Caitlin brings that by just stepping on the court. Without her, this whole show turns into advanced fundamentals live. So while the trolls argue, the rest of us just want her healthy enough to suit up, because let's be honest, at this point we care more about her than the scoreboard.
Captains, well, they were selected captains by being amongst the starters receiving the most fan votes. And the way this all broke down is that it's 50% fan votes, 25% media votes, 25% player votes. So that's how it all came to be. That's how the breakdown of the way that the voting process goes and how the players